Good. Today our topic is about money and banking. We completed our topic about economic growth, multiplier, accelerator. Now we are moving to the new market which is called money market or capital market. Alright. So we studied what is meant by money. Money is basically a single medium of exchange. Money is a single medium of exchange. What type of medium it is? It is used to exchange the goods and services. Alright? Before money, what was used as medium exchange?
Barter.
There was a barter system. And what was the problem of barter? Coincidence of wants. And at the same time, we were facing a problem of measuring the value of each good in terms of another. Some goods were more valuable than the first one. So how to measure the value of a colored television with that of a transistor radio? Can we equate their values? Where one instrument is showing us a visual entertainment and another one is giving us only audio entertainment. So values cannot be equated by using a barter system. And the third problem of barter was what? Waiting and searching cost for the right person to exchange those goods. But as far as money is concerned, that is now a single medium exchange which is accepted by everyone in a certain society, in a certain economy, in order to exchange the goods and services with each other. Now, instead of single transaction in barter, we have two transactions which are easier to exchange goods. For example, a person who is owning a television to sell, first of all, he will sell his television and get money, and with that money, he will be able to buy the goods what he wanted to buy with that money. Okay? So, there can be two transactions which are easier than barter. That's why we say a single medium of exchange will make the trade of goods easier among the buyers and sellers. Alright? Now, what are the other functions of money? A single medium of exchange. Another function of money is unit of account. Unit of account, or it is also given a name measure of value. How do we measure the value of the goods and services? What is the level of profit of the entrepreneur? Our shareholders will get the dividend in which amount, and what are the wages and what are the prices of the goods and services. Everything's value is measured in terms of money. Okay, unit of account means you are studying accounting. So in your accounting book you are writing this amount of money is debited and this is credited to the accounts. So we find this thing that the measurement of value of goods and services is also done in the form of a medium of exchange which is called money. So the third function we now distinct, that is the store of value. Now, in which form people will store their wealth? That is in the form of money. Like people can deposit their additional money, whatever is over and above the transactions, that can be saved in the form of a saving account. Or they can buy the assets where the value of those assets will grow in future and their store of value of money will also increase. Why do people save money? Because they want to have the higher value of that money in the future to fulfill their future transactions. If they buy a property, if they buy a car where the value of that asset will increase in future, so that money will be restored with a higher value. This is what we mean by a store of value. Now, the last function of money is what? We studied. It is means of deferred payment. Means of deferred payment. What do you mean by this means of deferred payment? Sometimes people are exchanging the goods on credit basis, like they have purchased the goods and the payments will be made in the future dates. Or sometimes people are borrowing money or lending money. So in which form their credited money will be settled, or in which form their loans will be settled, that is with money. So all types of deferred payment, all types of the payments which will be made in future, they will only be settled in the form of money. So this will give money a legal tender. This will make money a legal tender. That is that whenever when a person has borrowed money and now he is unable to pay back that money to the bank or to the lender, so that bank can sue the borrower into the court. That this person has borrowed money, this much of amount, and he is or she is unable to pay back. So now the money will perform as a function of a legal tender, that all types of debts or legalities, they will be settled in the form of money which are associated with borrowing and lending of the amounts. Alright, so these are the four functions of money. And what characteristics we studied? What are the characteristics of money? Do you know? First thing which is very, very essential to use anything as money, that is called money should be acceptable by everyone. Alright? What do you mean by acceptability? Like our Pakistani rupees, they are accepted as medium exchange by everyone within the country. The workers are accepting their wages in the form of money. The sellers are accepting the payments of their goods in the form of money. Alright? So first of all, money should have a characteristic of acceptability. Do you think our currency is acceptable outside our economy or outside our country? Not at all. Okay? If it is acceptable in any other country, then it can perform the functions of money. Like US dollar is accepted as a mode of payment for all types of international transactions. European Union currency, Euro, is also acceptable in majority of the countries. So those currencies which are having international acceptance, they can perform the functions of money in those areas. Okay? But all the currencies of the world, they are not acceptable internationally. Now the second thing about the characteristic of money, that is recognizable. What do you mean by this thing? That everyone should recognize these currency notes, bank notes as money or coins as money. If they cannot be recognized as money, people cannot accept them as a mode of payment or as a medium of exchange. Clear? So recognition of money by the people of the country should also be another characteristic of money. Now the third characteristic should be, it must be portable. If anything which is bulky, can we use it as a money when we are moving from one place to another? Can we carry that thing which is bulky in amount, which is having more weight, more mass of the body? So in that case, we will face difficulties to port it from one place to another. So anything which is used as money should also be having portability characteristics. In the history of mankind, in the history of money, cow was also used as medium of exchange. Cow. So do you think it was easier that time to transport a cow from one place to another easily? So that means the portability. If we are having the size of money such in a smaller way, then we can say that will be having a portability. It can be moved from one place to another, either physically or electronically. Nowadays we are making the payments by using banking sector. Okay. Now the fourth characteristic of money is what? It must be durable. What do you mean by durability? That it should have a life as well. Do you think coins are having more lifespan than the currency notes?
Yes.
Definitely. So nowadays the currency notes, they are printed in such a way that they are little bit laminated. It will increase their, most of the currencies nowadays, they are having such a good technology to produce them, to print them in such a way that their durability has increased over the period of time. Okay, their lifespan has increased. Now coins are more durable. They are also used as medium exchange in some of the countries. Right now we are not having usage of coins in our daily life. Although they are present, but we are not using them. Okay. Now the fifth function of money, a characteristic of money is divisible. What do we mean by divisibility? That it should be divided into smaller units. Like our largest currency note is worth of 5,000 rupees, and then 1,500, 150, 20, 10. These are the divisibilities of money. That every time we don't need to make a payment by using 5,000 currency note, we can use the smaller denominations of the same money. Okay, dollar is having the highest denomination of $100. Okay, so the smaller units of currency, smaller units of money are also present in order to make the smaller transactions, whereas the larger amounts of money can be used to make the larger payments or receive the payments. Now the sixth characteristic of money, that should be, it must be stable. That like its value should not be fluctuating too much. If it is stable more or less, then people will have trust in it that its purchasing power is not continuously decreasing or changing. If there are so many instabilities, money will become unstable, then people will have problem in measuring the values of the goods and services. Okay? So stability is another characteristic of money. Okay, right? Another characteristic, that is scarce and limited. Money should be scarce in its quantity, that everyone should struggle for it. When plenty of money is available with everyone, it will lose its value. Okay? So scarcity of money will make it people to struggle for it in order to earn it and then spend it. Another characteristic which your book is going to mention, that is the homogeneous. That all the currency notes, they are similar to each other. Like 100 rupees currency note, if there are 1 million currency notes of 100 rupees, they are similar in size, they are similar in color. It does not mean that one person is holding red color 100 rupees note, another is having a larger size 100 notes. So we say, so money which is used, that must be homogeneous, that should be similar to each other, that people should not be having a problem of recognition, that how to recognize that this is also money. Okay? Another characteristic is that difficult to counterfeit. What do we mean by this thing? Difficult to counterfeit. What do you mean by this thing? That no printing of money as a, you can say, a false money should not be printed on behalf of this. Like we are having the currency notes and someone else is illegally printing the same type of money notes in the country. So the central bank of a country should have a security check on those notes, that if anyone is going to having illegal printing of that money, that will be easily detected. Follow my point or not? So counterfeit means any type of illegality adopted by any person regarding that note should be restricted. Alright, so these should be the if we use anything as money which will perform these functions, first of all it should have these characteristics. Nowadays we are having digital money. What is digital money? You are using what? Banking transaction by phone, by using an app. Okay, digitally money is transferred, which is accepted as well. Another digital form of money is what? Cryptocurrency, which I wanted to say basically. Cryptocurrency that is not issued by any of the central bank of a country. It is not recognizable by the state authorities. But people are having a trust on that. It was introduced by some of the unknown entrepreneurs. Okay, so they in 2009, according to your book, they are saying that it was issued in 2009 by some of the unknown entrepreneur, and people accepted it as a mode of payment. Basically, people's motive was to have speculation in that form of money, that its value will grow in future and they will be able to earn the capital gain. Later on, the same cryptocurrency was used as exchanging goods and services as well. But that is not a legal one. Nowadays, people are spending in that in order to earn the capital gain. But right now, cryptocurrency is not given any legal status to settle all types of debts. Many people, they have lost their money in real terms by using that digital false currency, which is nowadays widespread around the globe. Okay, many of the central banks did not allow that type of digital exchanges in their countries. Whenever you say how to counterfeit this digital currency, which is in the form of cryptocurrency, how can we counterfeit that? If the central banks of the countries, they are going to issue their own legal digital currencies in which people are believing. Okay, so in that way we can retaliate to that digital currency. Okay, so we say this thing, this is called what? A digital currency. Okay, please control yourself. So nowadays we are having the debit cards and credit cards. Do you think they are also used as money? Definitely, wherever they are accepted as mode of payment. Debit cards mean now the payments are made from your account to the seller. And credit cards are a form of short-term loan issued by the bank in which you will make the payments in the later stage. Do you think the checks? Now I am applying that knowledge on different forms of money. Checks. Like one person is issuing a check, do you think it is having acceptance like money? Why? The reason is that if a person who is issuing the check, he is not having any money in his account, so that check can be rejected. Okay? Check is only the representation of money. It is not generally acceptable. If someone accepts it, that people think that this organization, this person has issued this check and he is maintaining a balance in his account, so that then it will be accepted. Most of the payments are received in the form of cross checks. But keep it in mind, whenever that check is not having money at its back, so that is only representing money, but there is no money behind it, so that check can be bounced back. Clear or not? So sometimes we have debit cards in our pocket, credit cards, but if a person who is selling the goods is not having POS machine with him, that our money is electronically transferred, then those debit and credit cards will not be of any use in that market. So if they are widely used by the sellers of the goods, then people can use these types of plastic money. This is called the plastic money in order to make the daily transactions. Rather than carry every time a huge amount of cash with us, that we are going to make a grocery purchases or we are going to make different types of goods and services, and every time we have to pay in terms of cash money, that makes cumbersome. So what we do, we use these types of plastic monies in order to make the payments. Clear? Or they will be able to receive the payments in their accounts, and that is more safely kept. Rather than, it is also difficult for the sellers to carry cash with them to deposit it with any of the commercial bank. So these are the different forms of money. Like mobile banking app can be used as money to make and receive the payments, okay, digitally. Now this is called online banking, by which a depositor or account holder can operate his account by himself, okay, or by herself. Now debit card, credit cards, all the forms of money which are accepted by the other people, they can perform these functions, especially the function of medium exchange. And at the same time, when money is kept with the account holder, that is the store of value is also increasing. Okay, unit of account we can buy here, and deferred payments can also be made by using those methods of payments. Okay, so I tried my level best to introduce money again. What are its functions? What are its characteristics? And how can we apply this knowledge on the recent form of money which are used in the market? Clear? So I think this is enough for today, and we will go on into further detail how banks, commercial banks and central bank will perform their function in order to deal with this type of money market. Okay, thank you.